Videodrome. How do I review something which I neither fully comprehend or understand? Altered States was messed up, sure, but was at least somewhat grounded in a basis of reality at times. Videodrome, on the other hand, is an hour and a half of teledelusions that end in the same visceral confusion that it begins with. From as much as I can gather, the film's storyline involves a television show known as Videodrome, but is broadcast on a pirate television signal. Max Wren, a television executive that runs a small network, is searching for the next big thing which will be controversial enough to give him lots of viewers. I like this guy. He then introduces it to the board to see if they should pick it up.
There's no plot. It just goes on like that for an hour.
Goes on like what?
Like that. Torture, murder, mutilation.
We never leave that room.
No. It's a real sicko.
Brilliant.
For perverts only.
Absolutely brilliant. I mean, look, there's almost no production costs. It's just torture and murder. No plot, no characters. Very, very realistic.
After watching some of the taped episodes of Videodrome with the girl that he picked up James Wood style, the two of them decide to have weird sex, and Ren promptly decides to grow a giant vagina on his chest.
Amazing.
Which he can pull giant flesh guns out of. He then visits an optometrist, pulls a gun on a guy who's all like,
Don't.
and goes to a meeting where this guy explodes.
Yummy.
And then the television is on a boat and it shoots out and intestines blow up.
That's incredible.
Now perhaps you've realised that at some point the film suddenly takes a left-hand turn off the bridge of reality, where it explodes into an unstoppable mess of twisted wreckage as it crashes down the mountains of madness. So I guess that there's this signal that causes people to hallucinate, causing them to see shit like this. Except that it also causes the person having the hallucination to be programmed by people, except I guess they program him by putting a videotape in his chest-vagina, so the chest-vagina isn't a hallucination, that's real, and people are putting videotapes in him, unless the chest-vagina is an abstract process made by his own delusional mind as a representation of a syringe. Oh god, fuck this, I never thought I'd have to explain the existence of a chest-vagina, especially in a movie where one of the main characters' name is
Media prophet Professor Brian Oblivion.
So these tapes are used on Max Wren so that he'll do people's bidding. And hey, look at that, it's a Betamax tape. Let me just pause it for a second here. Betamax. Yep, that always was a common problem of the Betamax format. No wonder it lost out. VHS didn't do that nearly as frequently, especially when I wasn't taking crystal meth. So I've given up on explaining the plot of this film. Let's just say that at its core, it's a criticism about censorship. Maybe. I think. Videodrome is very much a thematic film that you don't so much watch with a storyline. To me, Videodrome is about how insane the allegations about watching too much violent scenes in film are, represented by just the ridiculous and horrible body transformations. And yes, this is body horror at its best. Very well done body horror, that would be one of the most uncomfortable things to watch till Cronenberg's remake of The Fly. A multitude of crazy-ass special effects are in this film, and I see, that's another problem why the Betamax format lost out. Look, like, it was expensive, the picture wasn't clear, and it turned your hand into a German stick grenade at times. No fucking wonder.
See you in Pittsburgh.
Amazing.
Now the dubbed voiceover of a child in this scene always makes me fucking laugh when I hear it.
Mommy, look at the big kaboom. Tracy, come back here. Stay with Mom. I want to see it. Don't you go near it, Mom. Come on, we're going home. Let's just look.
The imagery in this film is one of its main draws, and certainly it depicts the only time that I know of that the Atari joystick controller has been used to represent female sexuality as opposed to a man's ramrod, which is why I give this film high praise. The imaginative imagery, symbolism, and good acting also somewhat contributed to this conclusion. Betamax. Videodrome is very much a time capsule film of the 80s, incorporating the mass fear of the oncoming rise to popularity of home cinema, a time before the introduction of UK's infamous video nasty censorship, a time when widely available snuff films were actually considered to be a real threat and not just a ridiculous urban myth starring Nicolas Cage, and a time without television remotes and people had to find more inventive ways to change the channels. production, Rainbow Reels, Rainbow Cinema.
The battle for the mind of North America will be fought in the video arena, the Videodrome. The television screen